Sup everyone, welcome back to another video, and today, as you guys can see, we're on the Dehya main subreddit. I know. Why beat a dead horse, Walrus? Well, you see, this subreddit is actually incredibly interesting. It is incredibly large by Genshin standards even. I mean, it's not the largest, but look at that. 20.4k blazing beasts. Yeah, like there's quite a lot of people devoted to this subreddit. Now, not all of these members are actively participating and working with the community for the better cause of Dehya, but a lot of them are onlookers, right? I myself am not part of the community, but once in a while I do come in to take a look. Now, recently somebody has mentioned that, Walrus, you gotta take a look at what's going on with the Dehya subreddit. And the second I came onto here, as you can see, I already clicked it. I know what's inside, but I need to show you guys this. Apparently, with some sort of leaks, now this is not a meme, but it kind of is. You'll see. There is some hope for Dehya in Fontaine. Now, for those of you who are Dehya mains who have been playing Dehya or wanting to invest more into Dehya and have been waiting on the sidelines thinking, we'll see. Right, maybe this isn't it. This isn't the queue. This isn't gonna tell you, well, you should do XYZ so Dehya can achieve XYZ. None of that, because this is what it looks like. That's it. Like, you guys thought this was gonna be some sort of outrageous, over-the-top information backed up with hard evidence and facts. No, it is just somebody saying Genshin leaks. Dehya is gonna be extremely. Notice they capitalized the whole freaking word. It wasn't just a capital E. Nah, they had to go ahead and capitalize every single letter. Extremely useful in Fontaine because the mechanics of that region revolve around consuming HP to do something or whatever, from what I've seen and told. Okay, so just to break this down a bit, let's just digest this a little bit, okay? Let's assume that Zack the Outlaw here isn't out to get us, and he is providing some sort of concrete evidence, or this is backed by something that he has seen. Now, going forward, Fontaine is going to bring about a whole new way of playing the game. Question mark. With the arrival of Sumeru, yes, we have seen Dendro revitalizing even old, worn out elements and gave us a new perspective on how we can play the game. But with the arrival of Fontaine, yes, it's not impossible that Hoyoverse implements entire new mechanics around existing elements and reactions and just systems in general. But to say that just because it revolves around HP consumption, therefore Dehya is going to be extremely useful, like, in my opinion, is a bit of a stretch, right? How much of Zack the Outlaw is farming for Dehya main clouds? I mean, again, let's go back for a bit. This is a subreddit with a ranting mega thread. Like, how do you know? There's a ranting mega thread pinned at the very top of the subreddit. So, like, it's not to say that Dehya mains are satisfied and are not looking for ways to make this character better, but it's another thing to come in and then give them this kind of hope, right? This isn't saying that Dehya is going to receive a small buff or small uplift. This is straight up saying Dehya is going from like C tier, B tier, straight up to A tier, S tier type of hype. Now, let's take a look at the comments and what the Dehya mains have responded to a post such as this. Well, one of the first ones we see is, bro didn't even try to make it sound convincing. Now, that is true. Where are the facts? Like, this person has said, from what I've seen and told. So what did you see? What were you told? Right? How come you cannot give us, if you're gonna say something like Dehya is gonna be extremely useful in Fontaine, you're gonna have to, you know, give us a little more than that. It's like me coming out right now saying like, yo, you guys aren't gonna believe this, Chi-Chi is gonna be huge, right? Like, she's finally gonna become the perfect battery. Trust me, bro. This has the whole trust me, bro vibe written all over it. There is no concrete evidence. Like, consuming HP to do something, you can already consume HP to do something. It's called dying. I mean, this, you see, Dehya mains are battle-hardened veterans when it comes to hopium and beliefs. They are so rock solid in their foundations when it comes to resisting temptations of hopium overdose. They are aware that yes, the character they are playing, and for most of them they are maining, is subpar, right? And it's gonna take a lot of work to make Dehya feel even good. So to say that you're gonna make this character feel extremely useful by just saying, oh, it's gonna have some sort of HP consumption mechanic around it, that's not nearly enough, right? Like Dehya right now needs far more than just some sort of HP consumption mechanic to make her feel useful. And another big problem is most of what people are playing Dehya for is as a DPS. There's not a lot of people playing Dehya truly as like an off-field damage sponge that comes on once in a while to fulfill sub DPS roles. They are building her for full-fledged DPS. Again, we need to go back and just look at this, like rate my Dehya. I was just looking at it, like god damn, like these people are crazy with their builds and investment towards this character. So let's not kid ourselves in saying that they're going to be satisfied in just saying, oh well, just some HP consumption mechanic, now my Dehya is going to be useful. Even if that's the case and she's useful, that doesn't make her strong. That doesn't make people enjoy playing her the way that they hoped she was originally designed for. So you see, we have to make sure that this is already said before we go any further, because I'm telling you guys, the Dehya mains are not eating this up, right? When it comes to Dehya mains and hopium bait, truly the phrase goes like this: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Never again, I believe, are Dehya mains going to just eat up hopium posts and random claims that their character is gonna get a buff. We need something more. So let's just keep reading a little more about this, right? This just seemed like a clinging to hopium. Just because there are HP mechanics, it doesn't mean Dehya will be amazing. Plus the actual tweet seems very unsure of itself, just making random claims. Let's keep going. Copium, also fake news. Unless they change all HP consumption to be affected by red main's blood, Dehya will be okay, but not extremely useful. Even if they do, she might instead die too fast. If a mechanic requires HP consumption as a trigger instead of an effect, red main's blood might act as a good trigger for such mechanics. I wonder if we might be getting other units that provide slow dripping friendly damage. And this comment is saying, I mean, I don't know about extremely, but she will be a bit more useful as a non-shield poison buffer. Her interruption resistance is extremely short and you'll still need a healer, but yeah, she is gonna be somewhat more useful in theory until they release a limited mana unit that provides better interruption resistance. Of course, we can keep going. I think I'll just read one or two more so you guys get the gist of what the Dehya mains are actually thinking. I mean, just because other characters are HP focused does not mean her kit is any less terrible or magically make her useful. She still only slightly slows death, dies off field, and hits like a wet noodle. Still better pyro options for resonance, better pyro DPS, better shielders or defenders, actual healers. So this is basically what people are saying. Like there is some sort of mechanic, right? I think for people who maybe look more into the leak side, I've also had my little birds whisper in my ear saying, Walrus, there is some sort of weird gimmick coming in Fontaine and we should be preparing for it. Maybe we'll talk a little more about this on the live stream, because they didn't give me anything more than just faint whispers. So truly, we have no idea. But I want to remind you all again that Dehya is a standard banner character. There's already no changing that. Scaling her up to be any more than what standard banner characters should be scaled to is just outrageous to even think about and to request. Looking at a character like Tighnari, you can easily say like, well, scale her towards Tighnari, but then again, their roles are different. Dehya is first of her kind. She is like an off-field damage sponge, which is such a weird concept that provides like some sort of interruption resistance, which is not even that good, right? But Tighnari is a bread and butter DPS unit. You're comparing someone who is a more defensive support to somebody who's a DPS. Now, of course, we want our favorite waifus, husbandos, to deal as much damage as they can, and you invest a ton of resources to farm artifacts so they can achieve that end goal. But you can't bypass basic game design. That Hoyoverse designed Dehya to be a certain type of unit. Now, do I want her to feel better come Fontaine? Of course I do. I never once said I want Dehya to stay stuck like this awkward mixed scaling 5-star standard banner DPS defender type unit. I think her role needs to be more clearly defined, and yes, if there's a mechanic that leans more into Dehya's strength, that is of course welcomed. But let's not kid ourselves in thinking that Dehya is going to become a revolutionary unit in Fontaine because of one single mechanic. Now, before I let you guys go, here is a a poll that the Dehya mains have made just 3 days ago. So how are you feeling about Dehya as of right now? At C0, I enjoy using Dehya. 190 at C1 plus, I enjoy using Dehya. 220, 402 voted, I enjoy using Dehya, but she needs buffs. So that hasn't changed since her initial banner. 177 at C0, I don't enjoy Dehya. 64 at C1 plus, I don't enjoy using Dehya. 230, don't have Dehya, show me results. So it's at least good to see that for the vast majority of people who actually voted, which isn't a lot, it's 1,300 votes, but still, most people who have her and play her seem to enjoy her. However, almost equally at C0 don't enjoy her, but once you get to C1 plus, it seems like there's a huge shift for people who do actually enjoy her. So take it with a grain of salt. Dehya main subreddit is very much alive and they're constantly updated with new Dehya information. However, as you guys can see, they're very careful when it comes to Hopium beliefs, and they don't want to take anything without concrete proof, which is exactly how you should be. Now, that's going to be it for me. Tune into the live stream where we can talk more about this and other stuff Genshin Impact. Until next time, Rojoda, stay safe. Peace. Bye-bye.